I'm going to read today's court case. I've submitted him to both our defense and prosecution ahead of time so that they could prepare. But here we go. I'll try to get through this quick for you, folks. Time-wise, I want to make sure we're keeping track. Okay, here we go. I-38. It's called Would I Be? I got this from the Reddit page, Would I Be the Asshole? And it's Would I Be the Asshole for not telling my siblings about their true paternity and taking everything in my dad's will? Okay. All right. So here it goes. I, 38, have been not communicating with my dad for two younger siblings for many years. My dad always treated me like crap because he was convinced that my mom cheated on him, because she did a lot, and trapped him into a shitty marriage, and that I was not his biological child. All right. For my 13th birthday, my dad bought me a paternity test, and even though the test results came back that I am indeed his, he accused me or my mother of sleeping with the test guy.
What? Okay, sorry.
I have also done an ancestry DNA test and also matched with all his relatives. So I'm pretty sure that unfortunately he is my biological dad. All right. I've known for a long time that my younger sister was not my dad's. So there's one thing. When I did my ancestry DNA test, my sister wanted to get one too. My mom freaked, admitted her indiscretion, and begged me to convince my sister it was a waste of money and not to bother. She just gave her sister a copy of the results. Okay. I recently got a notification about an ancestry DNA match. I looked it up, and it looks like my brother's ex-wife got one of the kits for both of my brother's kids. And lo and behold, my brother's kids only seem to share relatives from my mom's side.
Oh, so she's the... Okay, go ahead, continue.
So my brother and sister have been really shitty to me for years. So basically, she's realized that her brothers aren't her dad's kids.
Her actual kids, right.
Yeah, so she's the only
true
biological child of this man that she has been estranged from for years. All right. My brother and sister have been really shitty to me for years. Comments about how I owed their dad for him putting a roof over my head as a child, and how dare I where's the rest? How dare I let's see here. My bad. Lost my place. Recently got a notification. My brother and sister have been really shitty to me. Okay. And how dare I accept items from their grandmother's estate, etc. Basically saying you don't deserve none of this because you're not his. I put up with it for years because they're younger and honestly not that bright. I thought that they'd come around eventually. My dad made sure in a drunken fight with my mother to give me a copy of his will. Still have it, so that I knew that he had put a stipulation in there about his estate being divided amongst his biological children only. Excuse me. So basically, he's saying that he put in his will that only his biological children will get his estate, get anything that's owed to them. And he made sure that she was given this as another shot at her, like, so you're not my biological child, so I'm not going to give, you're not getting nothing, right? Okay. So she said, I know that he has not changed his will since because his mental capacity has changed. Would I be an asshole if I did not tell my siblings and just let this play out at the will reading? Take everything, kick them out of the family home. I would also be setting up funds for my nephew since my loser brother doesn't pay child support. He said, my husband thinks that this is stooping to their level as they both rely on the estate currently for survival, so this will ruin them. They have no education or way to support themselves currently, but I kind of want to stoop.
Yeah. All righty.
All right. Well, folks, who's defending who in this? Because I forgot.
I say stoop.
Okay. So Big Ace is taking the low road. I will give you the floor, sir.
Oh, okay.
You ready? Go ahead, sir.
Yeah, listen. At the end of the day, he's getting exactly what he wanted, right? His only his biological children. It's not my fault that I'm the only biological child and they're not, right? So now it's payback for all the years of torture, all the years of abuse, all the years of being treated like shit, when in actuality, I'm the only one entitled to this. Yes, I'm taking everything I'm entitled to. And Here, now what's good for the goose is good for the gander. At the end of the day, if the shoe was on the other foot, she would be without nothing because they thought she wasn't the biological child. Now that she is, now she's like, okay, here, Dad, and you, I will grant you your dying wish. Only your biological children will get anything. I got this.
I am a little
Okay.
pasty here. I see myself. We'll fix that
Looks
next
like
time.
Casper. It's okay. No big deal there. We're just talking about the camera.
Listen. Are you done? I want to make sure you're done because.
Go ahead.
Okay, I will go ahead. First of all, you said that this is exactly what the father wanted. Hell no, this is not what the father wanted. Yes, okay. He was an asshole. He was trying to take a jab at her. No, only my biological children, meaning only these two over here, get my money. Screw you. That's what his intention was. He just wrote it wrong. For all intents and purposes, he just made a mistake. So truthfully, this is not what the father wanted. That's
No. Bullshit.
Bullshit.
Hold on, because it wasn't about his whole issue of contention with her was because he believed she was not his biological child.
Correct.
Okay, so and he said he wants only his biological children to get his money. She's his biological child just because he didn't know it. That's his fault. It's his fault for being an idiot.
That's a good point. But there will be an opportunity for cross examination.
Okay.
Please allow JB to continue.
Yes. Exactly. Oh, Will, again, back to my point. He basically just made a spelling mistake. Mixed up some letters. Oh, Will is supposed to be a written document of my wishes. My wishes was to screw you, girl. Whether he knew or not that he did love her for whatever his own personal reasons, he did not want her to have anything of his. So if we're going by what a will is, my man wants his assets to go over here, and that is where the assets need to go.
Wow. Very passionately spoken. Both JB and Big Ace. You both have very, very good points. I'll give you both an opportunity here now, Big Ace. If you would like to cross-examine, try and get him to, ruin his own argument, ask a question, anything like that, Big Ace.
It's real simple.
Final argument.
He wanted his biological children to get his money, right?
No.
Hold on. Listen to me. Hold on.
For the letter of the document.
He wanted his because he believed that these two were his biological children and she was not. So his way of sticking it to her, instead of saying, I want these two to get my money and not you, he said, I want only my biological children to get my money. Right? First of all, he did it to himself. Second of all, if that's the case, legally, the biological child is the only one entitled to it anyway, unless otherwise specified. He wanted his biological child to have his money. Just because he didn't know she was actually his biological child, he thought otherwise, doesn't mean anything. If he was absolutely certain that she was his biological child and the other two were not, he would have given it all to her.
Do you think it would have made a change of heart? JB, do you think it would have made any difference to him if he would have known?
Not a lick of difference. Well, okay, I'll take you know what? I take that back. I take that back. As a man, as a child, if he knew, it might have softened the blow. But that's not what we are arguing today here in court, okay? I don't have to ask him anything because he made my point for me. This man believed that she was not his biological. He wanted to stick it to her, so he wrote a piece of paper trying to stick it to her. What it turned out is that he made a mistake and he can't stick it to her. If we're going by that's what's wrong with the law. I'm trying to go, is it the letter or the spirit? Like what's right? Is it the letter of the law or the spirit of the law? What's right here? In this case, I say it's the spirit. He that wants my money over here, and that's where the money should go. Spirit.
Well, he should have been more specific. He said he wanted it to go to his biological children, and that's where it's going.
Spirit of the law.
Okay.
Spirit of the law.
I love it. Very, very well argued on both sides. I think I'm ready to make a ruling, ladies and gentlemen. I think I'm ready to make a ruling here. I will say this. Let me say this for both sides, for both points. I believe, based on the arguments that I heard and based on the evidence, I believe that it was the father's intent, that his intention was to leave money to all of his children except for the woman who's writing this post. I believe that that was his intention. I do. And I believe that he did not believe that she was his biological child. So when he wrote this legal document, he was intending to leave her shafted. Now, what I also believe is that this young lady was subjected to years of torture, psychological damage, and torture, and she's owed something for that. There's some kind of restitution for that. Now, you say spirit or letter of the law? I am very much a proponent of the spirit of the law. However, I have seen many an affluent, many an undeserving person take advantage of legal loopholes and letter of the law. So in this case, my ruling is actually going to be in favor for Big Ace, for Stupid, for the defense, or for the prosecution. So defense, excuse me, for the defense, because even though this man intended for his money to go to this, legally, the words in the legal document were biological children. She's the only biological child. She should get the money now. Maybe she would have some ethical responsibility to help them out a bit. Maybe sell the house and cut them in on a deal, something like that.
Hey, she said she was going to take care of her nieces and nephews.
This is true. She is going to take care of their children.
She did say
so
that.
I will, at Big Ace, I'm going to go ahead and lean on your favor and award this for the prosecution.
I tell you what, if he does come out of this coma he's what he is, he's going to change it. So she better hope that he stays right where he's at.
Okay,
and dies.
Right. What's up, everybody? It's your boys Frank the Tank and JB Perez from the Podheads Web Show. Here to remind you to hit that like and subscribe button. Also, hit the alerts button if you want to find out every time we drop some new fire.
Yeah, that's right. And we're dropping new videos every day at 4:20. So if you like what you saw, click here or here for more content from the Podheads.